thinks it's so much fun. Here comes Andy Pandy in Andy Pandy Land.
It had rained all morning and the wind was blowing hard. Bobby the Ball came out to look for his friends. But the wind blew him straight back home. In Andy Pandy's house, Andy was waiting with Looby Loo and Teddy. They wanted the rain to stop so they could go outside to play. Andy wanted to see if the rain had stopped at last. The rain had stopped. They were thrilled to be outside again, although it was still very windy. But then they felt more drops of water. Was it raining again already? No, it wasn't raining. Teddy had run into a puddle. Andy Pandy liked the puddle. It was a very good puddle, a perfect puddle for sailing a boat. Looby Loo had thought of something important. They hadn't got a boat. But Andy said they'd make a boat. Andy had eaten the last of his cornflakes for breakfast, and he soon made the box into a boat. Andy asked Teddy to look after the stick he'd found so that they could use it as a mast. But Teddy couldn't remember what he'd done with the stick. You can't sail a boat without a mast, so they looked everywhere for the stick until Andy Pandy noticed that Teddy had something stuck behind his ear. While Andy had been building the boat, Looby Loo had found a cloth to use as a sail. And soon the boat was ready. Andy and Looby licked their fingers to find out which way the wind was blowing. Teddy licked his paw. Teddy didn't like licking his paw. It was too furry. But all the licking reminded Teddy that he hadn't had any lunch. He went home to find some honey. Andy and Looby agreed the wind was blowing from behind them, and they were ready to launch the boat. It sailed perfectly. Andy was so pleased with the boat, he wanted to show it to Bilbo the sailor. Bilbo couldn't wait to see the new boat. The wind was blowing so hard, Bilbo got to the puddle very quickly indeed. He had to lower his sail, or his own boat might blow into the puddle and get its wheels wet. Andy helped Bilbo away from the water, and Looby Loo showed him their boat. It sailed so well, Bilbo wanted to take a closer look. By now, Teddy was full of honey. He was pleased Bilbo liked their boat and thought he should get closer to the water's edge. How could Bilbo take a close look at Andy Pandy's boat without getting his wheels wet? Andy had an idea, but what was it? Andy remembered that in his special cupboard he'd seen a skipping rope. He thought it would help Bilbo see the boat on the puddle without getting wet wheels. He tied one end of the skipping rope to Bilbo. Andy and Teddy could hold the other end of the rope and make sure Bilbo's boat didn't splash into the puddle. Andy's plan worked. Now Looby Loo could sail their own boat on the puddle once again. But where was the puddle? Bilbo said the strong wind must have dried it up. What could be done with the new boat? Now Bilbo had an idea. He said the boat would make a very good aeroplane. A 1, a 2, a 3. Bilbo was right. Andy Pandy's boat made a very good aeroplane indeed.